Osman, welcome to Sutton United. How does it feel to be here?
I'm excited to be here, I'm excited to get started tomorrow, Is from the minute I heard about the opportunity coming here, I just thought good things and have good faith in the gaffer and the teammates here, so I'm excited.
You've had your first training session today, you've had a chance to look around the place. What are your first impressions?
Being in training, I was quite surprised of the level of quality that was in the training session, so I'm excited to get going.
You came over to England at quite a young age. Just to take you back to where it all started, what was it like growing up over in Holland?
Yeah, so I was born in Utrecht, so it was quite different to me, learning the language and stuff, and coming over here I kind of forgot a lot of it, but I did have good memories over there with my family.
And you came over here, you joined the Chelsea Academy, that's where it really all started in a football sense. What did you learn from playing at such a prestige level?
Just the level of quality, just going from youth level just in a academy to joining Chelsea Academy was quite a big jump, and I really learned a lot from it.
And you cited watching the likes of Eden Hazard, David Luiz as a key part of that experience during your time there. That must have been an incredible thing to witness.
Yeah, they were incredible role models, like we often used to go over just to watch them train, so it's quite an exciting thing. And
as your career progressed, you moved over from Chelsea to Norwich, 6 years away from London in the end, with Norwich and Ipswich. And on extensions, that was a brief loan spell at Torquay. Do you think living away from home at such a young age has sort of shaped the man you've become?
Definitely, just being away from family, you almost become a man by yourself and stuff. So I used to just fend for myself. I had other friends who did the same thing, so we kind of just bonded all together.
And at Norwich, I don't know if you were aware, but you were named in The Guardian's 20 Best Premier League Talent to Watch in 2021. Do you feel much pressure to fulfil that, or does that give you much confidence?
I think that gives me motivation, I think I wasn't near as how good as I am now back then, so I know I got a whole of another gears to get to, so it's just motivation for me to keep going.
And perhaps your most notable achievement was training with the first team over in Germany during pre-season. What was that experience like? Yeah,
it was a great opportunity, to get called up to travel with them and stuff, and just I learnt so much things about the level of quality, the level of intensity that you got to train to every day, so it was great.
And the chance to train under such a well-renowned coach in Kieran McKenna, I mean, what did that teach you?
He was a great manager, he always, while I was on loan, he always asked about how I was doing and stuff, so he was a very good person and also a good manager, so it was great.
There's quite a few players, as we've discussed, that you already know, both now at Sutton and who's previously been at Sutton. A few we've named, obviously, Finley Barbrook at Ipswich, Ali Smith and Omar Begill at Wimbledon. There's a few lads here that you know. Would that help you settle in, and have you spoken to them about the club?
Yeah, definitely. While I was at Wimbledon, I've spoken to Omar and Smudge, and they've always said good things about the club. They've just kind of said that's where it clicked for them to go and to move to bigger clubs. So I'm sure they would tell me that I'm enjoying my time here.
And as I said, the likes of Kane Critchlow, Kai Jennings at Wimbledon, do you really think that will help you bond in with the rest of the group?
Definitely. Knowing lads that I've played with at different clubs and seeing them here, it was automatically a click as soon as I entered the change room this morning. So.
You spent time in non-league, as I said, with Torquay, further spells at Welling and Chelmsford. How has that differed from youth football?
Yeah, I think my first 2 loans at Torquay and Welling, they were both like learning opportunities for me. And I think at Chelmsford is where I really, took my chances and made an impact properly. But it was definitely a great opportunity to learn.
And you scored 12 goals in just a few months at Chelmsford. You attracted EFL interest at the time as well. Was it a difficult decision to leave Ipswich permanently at that stage?
I think me and both the club looked at the current situation and knew it was time for me to take the next step from youth football into men's football. So I think it was the right choice.
And by extension to that, you joined Wimbledon. It meant you jumped from the 6th tier to the 4th tier in the blink of an eye. I mean, how did you manage that sort of situation?
Yeah, I think at first it was quite all new to me, going from National League South to now going into League Two, and I think the first couple months I had to adjust to it, and I think later on I got used to it and stuff. So it's definitely good for me.
And what memories do you have from your league debut at Wimbledon?
I remember making my debut against Gillingham. It was a great feeling, you know, just making that debut and finally getting on the pitch, you know. I'd been in training for so long, I just wanted to get on the pitch, so it was great.
And you, the season at Wimbledon ended obviously with promotion to League One via the playoffs. What was it like being in and around the squad during that period?
Yeah, I almost felt like a lucky person, you know, going from playing the National League South to getting promoted to League One. So I was buzzing for the boys, they played, and it was just a great feeling.
And as for you, how would you describe your style of play?
I'm powerful, I'm quick, I'm very direct, you know. Me and the gaffer have both seen what I can do, and he's seen that I'm fit for this team, so I'm looking forward to going out there and doing what I do.
You've spoken about your maybe hunger to score goals coming into the team until January. Do you think Chris Aggett's aggressive, intense attacking style will definitely suit that? Definitely.
Looking from what I've seen today in training, I can definitely picture myself being aggressive and getting goals for him.
And is there any particular players you maybe look up to or model your game off?
Yeah, I look at the likes of Elon Haaland, Isaac. You know, I try to implement my style of play like them.
You've got your first game here tomorrow with the visit of FC Halifax Town. Chris has already said you'll be with the squad and in contention. Do you have a message for the fans before you see them?
I can't wait to see them tomorrow. Up the U's.
And thanks very much. Welcome to the club.
Thank you.
Beautiful stuff.